Oh, we're back. So if I remember well, I just got my head fried on the hull of the ship. I suppose I'm okay. Most probably I'm okay. Okay, so let's go. Okay, why aren't we charging? What's happening? This one. Continue. Let's go. Okay, why aren't we charging? What's happening? This one. Continue. Let's go.
Status report.
The repair crew made it inside. EPS flow is back to nominal levels. The SIF is back up.
How does this affect mission readiness, Mr. Ermont?
Releasing the docking clamps using hull polarity minimized damage to the Resurgence.
Hey, good
We'll
choice,
have some
me.
last-minute repairs to make, but if we reapportion some of the staff, we can make our departure on time. As of now, however, we are successfully moored to the station.
Good to hear. Send updates to my ready room. Commander Rydek, with me.
I'm gonna get yelled at. I don't care, I don't like that guy. Oh, sorry, I lost my coffee somewhere. What are we doing?
You disobeyed my orders.
Here we go.
Well?
I'm gonna double down.
Respectfully, Captain, I made the right choice given the information I had.
You disobeyed my orders.
Yo, don't yell at
Not just
me.
in front of the bridge crew, but the starbase staff as well.
Ego.
That's going to get around. My name's already tarnished around the fleet. But what is it going to do to my credibility on this ship?
Who cares? The guys are alive.
From the top to the bottom. Bridge to lower decks.
Maybe I shouldn't have disobeyed a directive.
Oh, he's angry at me.
You weren't on board, and you didn't have all the information. So I made the right decision for the ship. If you're worried about your credibility, put your ego aside and trust your crew.
Exactly.
Trust me.
Good job.
You might have won some fans on the bridge with that stunt.
A stunt? A stunt?
Commander Chovak has already bent my ear.
I'm sure he doesn't take it personally. He'll get over it in time.
Mr.
The
Chovak
Vulcan is
more
hating on
complicated
me
than you would
also.
want to
Whatever.
admit. I guess we all are.
Hey, Donnie.
And if I'm being honest, I'm not sure what I would have done in the moment either. You never really know.
I'm great. The captain is hating me.
Just boil it down to you did what you had to. That'll have to be good enough for me.
Thank you for understanding, sir. I'm sure no one knows the burden of command as well as you do.
I'm sure you will, someday.
Oh, he still likes me? I don't know. I don't trust that guy.
Despite it all, we got our final Starfleet clearance to depart.
We almost killed a bunch of lower deckers before even leaving and doing anything. That's not Starfleet, I don't know what that is.
Yes, sir.
All I ask is a tall ship. Let's go.
All departments reporting full mission readiness. All departments reporting full mission readiness.
This is my favorite moment, right now.
The start of a new mission is always full of possibility.
The Orion Syndicate could sell it as a drug.
Okay, that's a weird comment.
Say that.
Captain on the bridge.
Sit, everyone.
Hey, Eric.
You all know,
True and true.
I'm big on speeches. We're embarking on the first mission since our refit. Let's make it a good one. Disengage docking clamps.
Yeah, that ship is not tall at all. They already blew it up once, so you know. It's a refit, apparently. And I mean, we almost all died like a minute ago, so all is well, I suppose. Another money shot, let's go. She's a handsome lady. So for people who didn't see the beginning, basically you play two characters. You play the XO, and you play a lower decker engineer who almost died 17 times already.
You know what? You take this.
Me?
Make way.
Helm. Make way.
I don't want to be like engaged, you know, hit it. That's not me.
Make way.
The sailing term.
I know that.
So you may not know, but I sail a lot. So
Easy. Thank you. I'm fine. Really, you don't look so good.
leave me alone. Don't talk to me. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Oh, I need my shot of Diridium.
I have to get to sickbay.
Go.
So, I'm a Cobliad, and I need a shot of Diridium every so often to keep the integrity of my cells, apparently. They said I wouldn't need it so often, but apparently I do. I don't know. Ooh, that's very Voyager.
Well, that was quite a scare. A few minutes more and it would have been one of the shortest tenures on record for a first officer.
I don't know why she doesn't have some.
That storm did real
I suppose it needs to be injected a certain way, stored a certain way. I don't know.
Worry about yourself.
Oh, the other guy is me. I got my head fried on the hull.
This is definitely one of the more memorable first days I can think of.
My name is Dr. Aram Duval, Chief Medical Officer. To be honest, I've never met a Kobliad before. You're
Rare. I know.
I was going to say special. Your people's numbers have dwindled, despite the Federation's efforts to find a more readily available alternative to the Diridium you need to survive. Yet you joined Starfleet and managed to thrive.
I mean, thrive. It's my first day. I'm already in sickbay, so I don't know.
Maybe even a burden at times.
I know what it means. And I know the responsibility that comes with it. But I can't be anything more than who I am. And if someone has a problem with that, or expects something else, then that's their problem, not mine.
That's exactly right.
Hey, I got the doctor in my pocket. The goal is for everybody to like you. I mean, I suppose that's how I play in it.
Agree with his methods?
I don't agree with this definition of acceptable risks.
Ooh, so there's like something shady going on. Like the former EXO died. There was an accident that blew up the ship.
He's overstressed, operating in the pressure cooker of his own mind, which is never a good headspace when the lives of your crew are at stake.
I think there was some kind of a mutiny.
That now he's even further away from the thing he's been chasing his entire career.
Ooh.
The breakthrough discovery, the major innovation, something he can put his name on.
I hear you. But that's my job, isn't it? To make sure that doesn't happen. and we don't lose sight of the bigger picture.
Which is exactly why I'm so glad you're here. We need you now more than ever.
And the crew is like iffy about him, and I'm iffy about him too.
To defy a direct order.
Huh. I guess word travels fast around here.
It's a small ship, and everyone's curious about the new XO. Fortunately, your cell structure is almost completely stabilized. And I'll spare us both the lecture, but I do feel it's my responsibility to remind you, without regular infusions of Duridium, you will not live. It's as simple as that.
Understood.
Then, my work here is done.
Lieutenant Bedrosian.
I came to see if you were okay.
I have a
We were
stalker.
all pretty worried on the bridge. No one knew what was happening.
I don't want anyone to worry. This is just part of who I am. It doesn't define me.
Of course. I completely understand.
She has a
And
work
I would
crush on
probably
me.
feel the same way if I were you.
No, you didn't.
You trusted me earlier with the shields, and I appreciated that. I want you to know that I have your back.
Thank you.
Oh, that's the
Now,
other me.
Carter, the emissions that gave you that burn are quite unusual, like everything else that goes with this storm.
I got hit by strange energies. I hope I'm gonna become a god soon.
And lectrazine to counter the radiation effects. That should help speed your healing. She's come by a couple of times to see you already.
Oh yeah, party.
Be brief.
That's Miranda, I think. I don't remember her name.
It's good to see you awake again. I was starting to get worried. Not that you aren't in good hands with Dr. Duvall. You did take one hell of a shot, though.
Ah, come on, you know you can't get rid of me that easy.
Don't push me, Diaz. You do not want to see me try.
No, nope. I am not getting on your bad side.
I am a formidable enemy.
Flirting the sick bay.
But since it's just us right now, I had a chance to think about this while I was away. And I thought it was important that I just come out and tell you. Instead of tiptoeing around it.
It's okay, Miranda. You can
Miranda, I was right.
I know that.
Then come on. Just spit it out.
I'm trying. Let me talk. What I'm trying to say is, we've been really good friends for a long time.
It's literally like chapter 3,
I couldn't ignore it anymore.
and there's already romance going
I
on.
want to see if there's more between us than just being friends.
You don't have to explain it.
Know that every time I
There
play
is something between us.
any game, I will always make the choice to hook up with everybody.
If it's there for you, and it's there for me, why not give it a try?
We don't have to put too much pressure on it. Let's just see where this goes.
I like that. Definitely felt some
I'm
pressure.
such a smooth talker, look at me.
Sorry to interrupt, but the patient needs to rest if he wants to get back to his old self.
Stop trying to make out with a burn victim,
I'll see you
lady.
again soon.
I'm still hoping I'm gonna become a god or something. Gary Mitchell! I like that game because like basically you very often just stare at the screen and read stuff, so I can drink my coffee at the same time. It's like watching an episode of Star Trek basically. Cast adrift.
Approaching the rendezvous point outside Atari space.
Helm, bring us out of warp.
Dropping
Shipping
in,
on the
boss.
ship, yep. Ooh.
Ionic interference surging, Captain.
So there's been like the ionic storm going on, and
Shield integrity holding.
We can take it.
I'm just hoping we're gonna get to the Mirrorverse or something, but I don't know.
Commander Rydek, find us our diplomat.
Oh yeah, we're supposed to pick up a diplomat,
Captain.
and my money
Let's
is
reduce the
on
noise.
Spock.
Filter
I
out
hope it's
environmental
Spock.
signals. I can manually tune what's left for Federation signal types.
I like
I've
these
located the shuttle.
little
Opening
L car
call.
stuff.
On screen.
Oh, that's not good.
Shuttle to Resolute. Shuttle to Resolute. Debris field. Lost maneuvering.
Oh. Is that a Galileo?
I can't get it any clearer.
Yeah.
We won't get a transporter lock. It's just not happening.
Power up the tractor beam. We'll pull them directly into the docking bay.
Oh, am I that guy now?
You good
Oh,
to
no.
run the tractor emitter?
Yes, sir.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm Starfleet, man. Come on. Ooh, that's a nice console. What am I supposed to do now?
First thing, lock onto the shuttle and stabilize the rotation.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, it's a Gargarian.
We're pulling in debris.
I'm on it.
Use a tractor beam to deflect the asteroid. Okay. Dude, come on. Okay, I can't. Why can't I? I messed up. I messed up! I'm gonna get yelled at.
That's gonna take out the shuttle. There's the bridge. There's a large piece of debris headed for the shuttle. The tractor beam can't handle it.
Can our shields take it?
I believe so.
I believe so? That's not a good answer.
Plot an intercept course.
On it. Here we go. Maneuvering thrusters bearing 53 Mark 17. 200 meters on an intercept course.
Maneuvering.
I don't know. I don't know why they can't just use phaser. I have no idea. I messed up. I didn't go fast enough because, like, I don't know, it's so slow. Okay, is it Spock? Oh, we're gonna have to repaint that shuttle, I suppose. Scratched it a little bit. Is it Spock? Is it Spock?
We're on our way down to meet them.
Is it Spock? Ah, come on! Yes! Yes!
Ambassador Spock.
So cool.
The captain will be right down to meet you, sir.
In that case, I will wait for him here.
Yeah, right? He crashed one, he went into an asteroid, 1-1.
Apologies for the landing, Ambassador. I was operating the tractor beam, sir. I take responsibility.
The craft suffered a few collisions, but I believe the saying is, it will buff out.
The voice is on spot.
We were prepared for our arrival in Hotari space. but it is evident my craft was not sufficiently robust for such intense ionic activity.
The storm has been pretty intense.
There was an element that was most unusual. Before you came to our aid, our maneuvering thrusters and impulse engines were rendered inoperable. So we attempted a short traversal at warp speed, only to find that we could not achieve warp at all, even though our diagnostics computer showed no faults or anomalies. What do you make of that? When all indications say that warp speed is possible, but in practice, we find it is not.
Well, onboard diagnostics can be wrong. I can take a closer look at your shuttle systems to get to the bottom of it.
I would appreciate that.
Take
The
readings,
plot
run some
thickens.
additional diagnostic checks, and we'll get to the bottom of it.
Quite logical, Petty Officer...
Carter Diaz. Sir.
Oh, I'm not even an ensign?
Ambassador Spock.
I'm like really lower deck.
Excuse me.
I'm honored to have you aboard. I'd like to get right to it. We're already behind.
Okay, we have a mission. It's really fun, like, to play, you know, with, like, older Spock when, like, we're watching Strange New Worlds and it's young Spock. And, I don't know, I think it's one of the characters that's been the most developed on TV, if you think about it. Okay, ready room.
Ambassador Spock, my senior staff. It's not every day that a captain gets to welcome a Starfleet legend aboard.
You flatter me, Captain Solano. But legend implies the past tense, whereas I am very much focused on our present circumstances.
Spock is still a legend, you know. It's like still adding to the lore.
You're right, Ambassador. Not the most diplomatic choice of words.
We're all curious about the future, Ambassador. Specifically, what exactly are we getting involved in here?
We got the basics from Starfleet. Two formerly peaceful neighbors are now on the brink of war.
Indeed, and the tension between them grows fiercer by the hour.
Uh-oh.
Lydia and Hotari. The Lydians are the more advanced species. They made first contact with the Hotari over a century ago. This is Tau, the Hotari moon. It is rich in dilithium.
It makes me think of a lower decks plot, you know, when there's like two species that are like fighting for a moon.
Resources, while the Hotari have served as the labor force. The stability of that arrangement was the source of their peace, until recently. The Hotari have suddenly and forcefully seized control of the mining operations and expelled the Illydians from their system. That is the official story, as told by the Hotari when they requested Federation mediation. But the details remain scant. Communications between all parties have been limited by the ionic interference.
Have the Illydians retaliated against the Hotari? Or taken any action against them?
Surprisingly, they have not yet responded in kind. They were open to a Federation presence, but it is unlikely the relatively primitive Hotari...
Oh, I don't like that word primitive, my man. Come on.
War. Left unchecked, this conflict will result in more bloodshed, which is what we are here to prevent.
And the dilithium trade hangs in the balance.
Oh, here we go.
Clearly the Hotari have been exploited in this relationship.
Maybe we can persuade them peace is the more profitable alternative for everyone. They both profited from the mines. And for the Hotari, something is better than nothing. Peace is our objective after all.
We can call it profitable or mutually beneficial, but at the end of the day, the Hotari are still being exploited for their own resources.
True peace is not merely the absence of war. And as such, this conflict will surely come again.
What kind of colonialist bullshit is that? Oh my god.
There is an additional complicated
Oh, here we go.
factor I should mention. In the past, the Federation has relied on the Illydians
Here we
as
go.
a source of dilithium.
This is so dirty. This is so dirty.
Federation sources its dilithium from a lot of places.
Yeah, and this is one of them.
So we've already played a part in this.
Unfortunately, that is indeed the case, Commander Rydick.
We're morally obligated to make this right.
Hold on. Our only obligation is to negotiate the peaceful resolution of this conflict.
Given the Federation's involvement in the Illydium dilithium...
Yes, Spock likes me! That's all I wanted in life! Haha!
these negotiations.
What worries me is if this whole thing unravels, and we're at the mercy of the storm at less than full strength.
We can't let it come to that.
Considering what the ion storm has done to our ship, and the Ambassador's shuttle, we have to assume the Illydian fleet has had problems with it as well. This recent surge in the energy disturbance temporarily levels the playing field.
Commander Westbrook is correct. The energy anomalies around the Hotari systems have been noted in the past.
That may answer why the Hotari were able to strike back after so long. They finally had an opportunity, and they took it.
That would also explain the Illydians' restraint.
And reason to learn as much about the energy anomaly as we can while we are here.
Oh, I like the
We don't want to be
scientific
caught at a
mindset.
disadvantage of our own. So I trust we understand our circumstances.
We're operating on a strict timetable here, and we're going to be leaving for the negotiations shortly. Commander Westbrook, I want you to leverage our systems to investigate the anomaly from here while we're gone.
Aye, Captain.
Thank you all.
Dismissed.
I want to speak to both of you privately.
Uh-oh, there's more to it.
Ambassador Spock, I'd like to make a formal introduction. My first officer, Commander Jara Rydick.
Commander, as you are aware, there are limits to what Captain Solano and I can do in our official capacity.
Ah, Spock, cowboy diplomacy.
But someone in an unofficial capacity, your first officer, Commander Rydick could ingratiate herself to certain parties behind the scenes, where they may be more candid in revealing information that could lead to a resolution.
She certainly goes her own way. Maybe that helps in this case.
I'm perfectly happy to work outside the lines.
And by extension, you will be doing your duty, Commander.
Just not too far outside the lines. Well, I hope Commander Rydick will have more idea what really happened than we will through official diplomatic channels.
The fate of the negotiations, the interests of the Federation, and the prospect for peace very well depend on it.
Okay, we're gonna go do some shady stuff. I hope I get to wear like all black clothes, like section 31 or something. Uh-oh, the bus is here. Not good.
Mr. Diaz, I understand you have already discussed the warp drive failure with Ambassador Spock.
I have.
It is imperative that the Ambassador's shuttle be flight ready. I need you both to ascertain the root cause of the system failures he encountered.
I'm surprised, Commander. I thought you would have wanted to work on Ambassador Spock's shuttle yourself.
I respect the Ambassador and his many accomplishments, but I do not derive any satisfaction from interacting with his shuttle as if it were somehow transubstantiated through its association with him. Especially when I have the entirety of this starship to concern myself with. I am not the chief engineer of this shuttlecraft.
When you look at it logically, yes, it is just a shuttle. No different than any of the others.
There is plenty that is different about it, and that is what you are to investigate. But please limit your findings to observable scientific phenomena.
We'll try to restrain ourselves.
Then I will leave you to it. Make note of any abnormalities in your report. Carry on.
It seems like he's warming up to us.
No, he's still gray. He doesn't care for us at all.
Even Chovok has to look at that face and know you've earned some real respect. And I have to admit that I owe you one. You were right to make me go first. I don't know what I was thinking.
You've pulled me out of trouble how many times? Call it even.
Okay. At the very least, maybe I can track down that bottle of Saurian brandy you're still on the hook for. But first, we have work to do.
Ready to go?
All set. Let's run the diagnostic.
Okay. Move and tap control. Okay. Beam. Beam. Okay. That hand moves so weirdly.
So, I know about your talk with Miranda.
You do?
She sent me a Priority 1 dispatch right after your conversation. I'm happy for you. Both of you.
The drama.
Thanks.
But
The drama.
I'm only going to tell you this once. Don't screw this up.
Oh,
Because
he's totally
I would be
gonna
very
screw this up.
unhappy if you tried this out and then, I don't know, 6 weeks or 6 days later, I have to start splitting holidays between the two of you. All because things went south and you're not on speaking terms. That just isn't gonna work for me.
You really don't believe in me, huh?
It's not you. Or her. Just running the numbers, and things don't work out more often than they do. I like my friends, and I like our group.
I really like her. I think she's like, you know, she has her head in the right place. She's smart. I like her.
The relays along the primary EPS are blown. The backup relays are all intact.
An EPS overload from the warp drive could cause that. But how did the shuttle end up dead in the water?
Huh. Well, maybe the ship's data recorder can tell us something.
Okay, let's see that.
Here.
I love these L cars. It's so cute.
Plotted warp point. No faults, just those warnings. What are they?
I don't know what they are. Move what? Tap control, let's see.
Subspace variance out of tolerance. What does that mean?
It means the main navigation array lost sight of space somehow.
Ooh.
The array going offline caused that?
Yes, but
I'm telling you,
also
it's Mirrorverse
thrown a fault
shenanigans. Parallel universe stuff.
The warp field became inverted suddenly.
I've seen this happen when the center warp coil cracks.
A cracked warp coil throws a fault code.
Still, we should take a look.
It.
There was a complete warp cascade failure.
Wow. They're lucky the shuttle didn't turn inside out.
Makes me think the computer panicked on the warp field equation.
The computer panicked?
What? It was caused by a system failure.
None of this caused the relays to blow. Roll forward to when that happened.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So here, they take a moment to get their bearings and they attempt to re-engage the warp drive.
There. That's the relays blowing.
And look, there's another warp system alert.
They're all the same. Subspace variance out of tolerance, warp inversions.
There's a lot of technobabble.
Warp cascade
A lot of technobabble.
Then it's one of two things. Either a warp coil is cracked or the navigation array is offline.
Sabotage.
Divide and conquer. You want to check the warp coils or the navigation array? I'll check the other.
I'm gonna do the navigation array.
Broken.
I'm not a Boimler. I'm not so interested in the warp drive. I like navigation. Your tricorder can record. Okay. Okay, I suppose. Equip and then okay, tricorder and What am I supposed to do? Oh, here. Alright, wait it. Oh, no. Ah! Wrong! Wrong! Okay. Am I supposed to do R2? What am I supposed to do? Here? There we go. L1, it's written so small. You can deep scan L1 and R1 to switch between different scan mode. Blah, 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 blah. When you're ready, have scan old. This is too many information. I'm not gonna remember everything. Okay, there's a circuit powering this are functioning normally. Okay. Oh, fun stuff. Okay. Okay. Is there anything else? Okay, L2 for complete scan.
Navigation array checks out, so it must be a coil.
I think I didn't finish.
Except it's not. Checked and double-checked.
Well, the readings don't lie.
Here comes the security detail for the way team.
It's annoying that you cannot go back because like there's so many things that they make you push so many buttons, random buttons also.
We're escorting the negotiating team to the surface as soon as they come down from the bridge. I don't want to interrupt some important work. I was just hoping to see you before I go. The captain and the others will be here any minute now. Should be an interesting ride down to the surface.
You're the one with the important job to do, keeping the captain safe. And Ambassador Spock.
It doesn't always feel that way. Baking in the hot sun, standing guard.
I wonder if I can go back, because I'm pretty sure I didn't finish that scan at all. Controls, mode, settings, meh. We can't.
Next to an empty shuttle, but it has its moments.
Hey, Maris. Aren't these those button pushers you're always hanging out with?
Yo, don't talk about me like this.
Always feed in Parisi squares, right?
All aboard for Hotari.
That another one of the captain's railroad things?
Gotta be. I just usually zone out by the time he gets to the whole steam engines were the warp drives of their day part. Catch y'all later.
You're all in Starfleet, you're all nerds.
You don't want to miss your train.
I do have to go. Not gonna lie, I'd rather not leave right now.
Okay, should I kiss her?
More
Let's go.
important things on my mind.
Let's be bold. I'm gonna crash that whole relationship. You're gonna watch me do whatever.
That was nice.
Yeah, it was.
Save some of that for when I get back.
You got a deal.
Be seeing you.
Lower deck stallions.
Etzelarda Diaz. If you could float back down to reality, we still have a ways to go. All right, where were we?
So, the warp coils in the navigation array are fine, but the nav computer doesn't seem to think so.
I'm out of ideas short of field stripping the shuttle from bow to stern.
You want to take this out of the shuttle and throw it on the bench?
Oh, real hands-on maintenance. I like it.
Let's...
Okay, the nav computer is patched into the ship.
The ship's computer can double-check our work. If the shuttle's nav computer is putting out false data, we'll know.
Let's run through the shuttle's logs again.
Running now. Same. Warp field inversion and a cascade failure. However, the Resolute computer doesn't show the same subspace variance.
We're in the same conditions that the shuttle was in when it failed. Why wouldn't the ship's computer get a matching result?
Shenanigans. Sabotage. That is why.
That's a possibility. And it would explain why the simulation under our current sensor readings failed to reproduce the issue.
But a subspace anomaly strong enough to cause a warp field collapse would leave graviton ripples for days.
Gravitons.
Let's run with the momentary subspace variance theory for now. Roll forward to the shuttle's attempt to re-engage the warp drive. We need the conditions of space around the shuttle at the moment of warp failure.
Resuming simulation.
Error in warp field calculation. Cochrane formula variable.
Cochrane formula.
That right there. Take the shuttle sensor data from that moment.
Computer, why did the warp field calculation fail?
Warp field pressure returned non-orthogonal. Results are undefined.
That doesn't help.
Wait, what if we use a different ship?
Put the Resolute into the simulation instead of the shuttle.
Yeah, it should warp just fine. Unless... Computer?
This wolfing is so shady. It is so shady.
Resolute simulated.
Like...
Computer? Give me manual
I don't know what's
control
going on that ship, but that's not good.
Static field intensity, warp 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. Warp pressure is destabilized. Error in warp field calculation. The warp drive is experiencing...
There's something weird in that part of space. That's what is going on.
Warp field collapsed. Subspace variance is out of tolerance. Cochrane formula results are undefined.
Bingo.
What else?
The same moment when the shuttle failed to warp, so did the ship. Whatever happened to the shuttle just happened to us. The Resolute will not sustain warp.
We can't leave Hotari space.
Uh-oh. But wait, they warped in, right? And now they cannot warp out? That's the thing? Oh, that's cute. Seat of power.
Ambassador Spock, Captain Solano, welcome to
Ooh, I dig their style.
We are honored you've come. My name is Tyler Saltaris, Minister of Diplomatic Affairs.
The honor is ours, and this is Commander Jara Rydick, first officer aboard the USS Resolute. You'll find she has a keen mind and unique insight into the dynamics between the Hotari and the Illydians.
We are honored to be here as representatives of the Federation.
I'm so glad.
These must be the representatives of the mighty Federation. The reigning authority in the galaxy. Or so we've been led to believe. Whether that's true or not remains to be seen. But, either way, we're grateful you've made the time to come to our little corner of the universe.
And you are?
This
A
is
douche?
Calvin.
He's a douche?
This is Citron, the heroes of the revolt in the mines.
Ooh, I like these coats. They look cool.
Let's hope this is the last time we ever have to come here.
If you'll excuse me.
I think we're about to begin.
These aliens look super cool.
From that guy? I don't know what we're walking into here. But that guy was something.
Something about his tone tells me this won't be easy.
That was my sense as well.
I doubt he speaks for all of Hotari. So I would urge patience until we speak with their queen.
I like how Spock just like keep adding parameters to that thing. Ooh, I like the face jewelry.
Ambassador Spock, welcome to Holtari Prime.
The honor is mine, Your Majesty.
That the Federation would send one of their most respected representatives
Hey,
is
Hawk.
not only an honor to the Holtari people and their queen, but
It's
a
good.
recognition of our stature and importance.
Let's get on with it, shall we? With all due respect to the Federation and their ambassador, they have no authority here. We are not members of their alliance.
There's a lot of
We
things
are
to
not
read
subject
and
to their
understand to
rule.
be able to make the right choice.
We demand the immediate return of all mining operations to Elydian control, as it has been for centuries and will be for centuries more. That has always been our understanding.
That understanding has changed.
Then you invite war.
And if you cannot remain silent, you will.
I
be
like her.
silenced.
That's right. Girl
This
boss.
point is well taken. What is the Federation's interest in this matter? Perhaps you would have us trade one oppressor for another?
The Federation remains neutral. Our only interest is the peaceful resolution of this conflict. We are here at your request, Your Majesty.
For now.
Saying this wouldn't be easy was an understatement.
So yeah, you have to like really make choice.
They wanted us here.
Was there something you wanted to say, Captain?
Oh, no. My apologies.
And what about the Kobliad?
She's not part
She
of...
can speak for herself, can't she? Then let her.
Don't fuck it up, girl. We like the queen.
Now then, what is your name?
Commander Jara Rydek, Your Majesty.
Being a Kobliad, you would know better than anyone. Your people suffered brutal treatment at the hands of the Cardassians. Their injustice towards the Kobliad is as unimaginable as it is unforgivable. Not unlike how we have been treated by the Elydians.
Ooh.
As much as they'd have you believe they are the victims here, remember it was the Hotari who attacked us. Hundreds of innocent Elydians were slaughtered without mercy in those mines.
The blood is on their hands, not ours.
Quiet! If after all the Kobliad suffered, you finally had the chance to right that wrong, to get out from under their control, would you take it? Or would you negotiate a peace?
There is no remedy for what the Kobliad suffered. And I fear who we might have become in pursuit of it. There is no justice if the oppressed become the oppressor. So I would willingly accept a peaceful resolution if it were offered. That is the real opportunity.
Spock really likes me.
Perhaps, Commander Rydek. Perhaps. Unfortunately, that was not the case, was it?
No. It was not.
Peace is often elusive to those who need it most. The Federation is the most powerful, most advanced alliance in the galaxy. It's widely known we have an abundance of dilithium in our mines. And it's in your interest to secure a steady supply.
Your Majesty, if I may.
Ambassador Spock would have us believe you're here as a neutral party in the interest of peace. So why are you really here? I want the truth, not your Federation rhetoric.
It's possible the Federation has an interest in both peace and securing a steady source of dilithium. One does not preclude or prevent the other. But that's just my personal opinion.
Given the Federation has done business with the Elydians for decades, I would agree. It's entirely possible, if not highly likely.
What they haven't said, but cannot deny, is a simple...
Spock doesn't like me.
The dilithium trade would not and will no longer exist without Elydian involvement. We created it for the benefit of everyone, especially the Hotari. We've given them warp technology. We've let them share in the profits. We've made their lives
I don't like this situation at all. I think it's so dirty and like everybody's playing a dirty game. I don't want to play that. Lying about like not wanting the dilithium is ridiculous. They know the Federation is here for the dilithium.
We've done so for centuries. So tell me, who deserves control of the dilithium trade and the mines on Tau? Who should the Federation recognize? The Hotari?
I don't want to choose. I don't know. I don't know. What would you do?
It can only be one or the other, not both.
I don't know. I don't know.
If I have to choose only one, then it would have to be the Hotari.
Well said. How could the just and wise Federation make any other choice?
This is an outrage. The Federation has lost all credibility.
The mines are ours. Lydia will not...
I'm starting shit. I'm starting shit.
Take back our mines by any means necessary.
Then you will see more blood spilled.
I am more than willing to address your concerns, Your Majesty. Yours as well, Representative. But I suggest we could have a more productive conversation with a smaller group. Perhaps only the most essential representatives.
I think that anyway there was not any good choice. Like
I suppose there is some sense to that.
They're gonna want to try to get at each other's throats anyway. And they brought me in there when I have nothing to do there. Spock hates my guts now. I'm so sad. He liked me so much before. Oh, everybody's hating on me. Everybody is hating on me. Let's go. Can't keep my mouth shut.
Cover everything on the diplomatic front. You make nice with the locals and see if you can get some answers. We need to find out why the Hotari are so willing to risk war. What happened in those mines?
So, okay, partly that's why I make the choice of the Hotari, to be honest. Like, something is going on in the mines, and they're the one working the mines. So, you know, I thought being on their right side would, like, give me more access to what is actually going on.
Soothing.
Appreciate water. I suppose that's a thing I did. Yeah, it's a cool game in the idea that really it's all depending on your choice. So every single choice you're gonna make is gonna influence what is going to happen next. It's really like being in an episode of Star Trek and just making it happen on like what you think is right. It's really cool.
Commander, I'm glad you've chosen to side with the Hotari. I knew the Federation would see through the Elydians' baseless claims and protect the interests of my people.
To be clear, I'm not on either side of this conflict. Our only interest is peace.
I will keep that in mind.
I don't want these people like thinking I
assume you were there the day the mines were seized from the Elydians.
Not seized. Reclaimed. And restored to their rightful owners. Yes, I was there. We had to be decisive, before the Elydians could even realize their worst nightmares upon them.
I'm curious why the Elydians haven't fought back. They have the ability to retake the mines anytime they want.
Ability is one thing. Courage is another.
Yeah, bullshit.
The Illidians know any hostile action on their part will not end well.
Why?
They respect one thing above all else, and that is force. The greater the force, the more certain the outcome. Any talk of making peace is just that, and worth little without the strength to secure it. Which makes me wonder about your ship, the Resolute. Undoubtedly the Federation's finest warship.
It is not. Spoiler.
Ready to
it is
contain
absolutely not.
The Illidians might have in store.
Nope, it is not.
Or is that not true? Maybe I've misjudged it.
I wouldn't say state-of-the-art, but the Resolute is plenty capable and can hold its own against just about anything.
Let's hope so. Because at the moment, it's the only thing preventing them from wiping us off the map.
Okay.
Sidron. A pleasure meeting you, Commander. I'm sure we'll cross paths again.
I really like their look. Like these things on the side of their head is super cool. Let's talk. Oh, I like her, Silas.
Commander Rydek, I'm encouraged to see the Federation supporting my people. I'm afraid of what might happen without your help.
If anyone deserves thanks, it's Ambassador Spock. No one is more invested in negotiating a peaceful
I'm gonna try to get back on the good side of Spock.
I'm so glad. We need his help before the situation escalates further than it already has. It's been very trying. I saw you speaking with Sidron, our national hero. I'm curious, what did he say?
He seems to be of the opinion that negotiating for peace is a waste of time.
Because force is the only blunt instrument he understands. He's a miner, not a diplomat.
Ooh, shade.
For the first time in our history, the Hotari have the upper hand. We see ourselves as strong instead of downtrodden. New voices have
I mean,
risen
she's
up.
gorgeous. Look at that.
Voices shouted down. Galvin and Sidron have become national heroes. Now they have the Queen's ear. Better or worse, depending on your perspective.
I assume they've taken your place.
I was one of the Queen's most trusted advisors. And I hope to prove myself worthy of being so again. Which is why you're here. My fear has been that the Illidians will launch an attack and crush us. You've seen their starship, no doubt. They could have retaken the mines whenever they wanted to. But it never happened. And as strange as this may sound, I'd almost say they're afraid. I just don't know what they're afraid of. It's still the same bluster and bravado you would expect from them. But it has no teeth. Like they're afraid of what might happen.
Do you think it has something to do with the ion storm? Right now, it's stronger than ever, isn't it?
It's entirely possible. I'm not a scientist, but I do know the storm has knocked out all kinds of systems. So maybe the Illidians weren't willing to risk their ships, given all the interference.
Oh, that pattern is so cool on her skirt.
Since the day of the revolt, Galvin has seized control of the mines and restricted all
I see
access.
everything through the prism of costumes.
And they've taken over a section of the palace with just as much secrecy and security. I'm told it could be something they brought back from the mines.
Ooh, they found something in the mines.
Everyone pretends it doesn't exist. I strongly suspect they're hiding something.
What do you think it is?
I've heard rumors it's some sort of ancient artifact, but
Let's
I haven't seen it myself.
go. Iconian technology.
I'd better see what's happening.
Do you think you can find out what they're hiding? I need to see proof of something before I can make my case to the Federation.
I can try, but even if I found it, I might not know what to make of it.
Take this. You can use it to capture whatever you find, and then send it to me.
Thank you. I will let you
Creating chaos.
know what I thought. Look forward to meeting again.
Sorry, I couldn't help but notice you were speaking with the Hotari this whole time. I figured in the interest of fairness, I should offer another perspective.
Of course.
Is
I'm probably
Alien
not telling
Picard.
you anything you don't already know, but these negotiations rely on the Federation's neutrality, as does any hope you might have for a supply of dilithium in the future. So, why you would choose to side with the Hotari escapes me.
Because she's not a dick.
Without Lydian involvement, there is no dilithium trade. But clearly, you weren't aware.
Of all my concerns, dilithium is not one of them. I could care less about securing a supply, now or in the future.
I'd be curious to know if the rest of the Federation shares your indifference. Major Solid Arminta, Special Attaché, Lydian Armed Forces. Pleasure to meet you, Commander. I have my issues with the Hotari, but I have to give them some credit. They know how to seize an opportunity. Inciting an uprising the same day as a massive, once-in-a-lifetime ion storm.
Our assumption was that this storm was just an anomaly.
Yes, a very convenient anomaly. At least, that was what we were told. Of course, I wasn't there. But who am I to say otherwise?
You sound skeptical.
Well, the official story is that it was the storm that enabled the revolt. How else do a bunch of unarmed, unorganized miners seize control of an entire moon, much less thousands of miles?
It's the Romulans.
But I've talked to people who were there. They tell a different story. They say they're lucky to have escaped with their lives. That it was more than just the storm. That somehow the miners were able to harness the energy from the storm. I know it sounds crazy. I'm not even sure I believe it myself. But that's what they said.
You just answered your own question. How do a group of miners do something that in theory can't be done? That's how. Harnessing the storm.
But even if it's true, how does that even happen?
You tell me.
Everybody is lying. Everybody is shady. Where's the captain? Captain? Captain, where are you? Come on, old man. Where is he? He's in the room. Oh, he's in the room with Spock, huh?
Well, that was a disaster.
What happened?
The Hotari refused to concede anything, so the Elydians stormed out.
The Hotari did not invite us here as peacekeepers. I hope your efforts were more fruitful than ours.
You betcha. I'm an ally. She looks cool. I know that there's some shenanigan going on. I know there's an ancient artifact. Why are ancient artifacts always a weapon, by the way?
Gravitational harmonics failing to resolve. Warp bubble stability degrading. Increase output to maximum.
Increasing warp output to maximum.
It's happening again.
It is evident that presently the Resolute cannot achieve warp propulsion.
Since our diagnostics rule out any problems with our warp systems or anything about the ship, the problem appears to be the fabric of space itself.
Space itself? You're saying something about this region of space prevents warp travel?
No, it's the storm.
Prevents it, or can't sustain it.
However improbable, that appears to be the case.
The storm didn't stop us from leaving space dock and traveling here. But could it still be causing this interference with warp travel?
We must follow sound investigatory principles. Do not let an assumed conclusion drive your analysis.
Oh my god.
We need a little
That guy.
thinking, Mr. Chovak. Captain Solano is on his way back from the negotiations, and I want to have some answers for him when he gets here.
Indeed. Given the facts at hand, we may be able to deploy subspace probes around the ship to construct a clear picture of the phenomenon.
Around the ship. I'll prep a shuttle.
I should stop playing. I will put it up there. I have stuff to do.
I'm setting up a waypoint at a distance roughly corresponding to the edge of our warp.
The problem is that I really want to know what's going on. So I want to keep playing. Okay, R2 to fly forward, L2 to fly back, that's easy, R to turn, and L2 strafe. I don't know what strafe means, but that's fine. Okay. Ooh, wait, ooh, wow, that.
Commander Westbrook, the Resolute systems are calibrated to receive the probe's readings. We are standing by to reproduce the warp field collapse after the first probe is deployed.
Thank you, Mr. Chovak. We'll be in position shortly.
And, Mr. Diaz, do take care in piloting the shuttlecraft. Now is not the time to indulge in the human penchant for joyriding.
Shut up! That dude? Ah.
Chovak probably isn't such a fun guy to work for, huh?
I just don't take it personally. At least I try not to.
That's a very mature answer. Shows a positive attitude on your part. Remind me of it when I start complaining to you about the ship's new first officer.
That dude just so doesn't like me. Do you think I pass? I'm gonna scratch the shuttle and I'm gonna get yelled at.
This is far enough. This is far enough. Transporting the... Westbrook here. First probe is deployed.
Understood. We are reading it. We are about to replay the simulation.
Problem? I just can't get a handle on her. Commander Rydek. She rejected my plan to use a deflector pulse against the storm surge. But on the other, she did listen to my advice and use the whole polarity trick to get you through that excursion alive. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the new XO. I'm sure she's a fine officer, even if we don't see eye to eye. But she didn't go through what the rest of us did. You know that. And it's hard to figure out why she'd be the one Solano chose instead of, well, one of us.
I've heard some good things. You should at least give her a chance.
I'll take that under advisement.
Test is running. Warp field collapse in 3, 2, 1, mark.
Oh, that is not good.
All right, that is definitely a problem with the fabric of space.
I like how they said that. It's a problem with the fabric of space. Oh, okay. Fair enough.
With 2 points of data, the Resolute and the probe, we've managed to get an...
We're doing sci-fi shit.
I'm setting a waypoint to a particularly strong area of interference. We'll deploy the second probe there.
Oh, alright.
Listen, I'm gonna give you a piece of advice I wish someone had given me. Make sure you're never just one thing. Don't get so focused on what's...
That's a very good advice. Make sure you're never only one thing.
Before Rydek showed up,
excellent advice.
Pulled me into his ready room and told me he didn't think I had the people skills to be first officer.
Well, you don't, man.
What a load of crap. I mean, if he'd said that about Chovak, sure.
Is that why you're being so friendly to me? Politics?
That would be clever, but I think you give me more credit than the captain does. You're all right, Diaz. And you've got potential. You're a capable engineer. You're good in the field. Keep up the good work. And who knows? A solid jack of all departments like you could be Commander-in-Chief of Starfleet one day. Hell, Admiral Jellicoe started as a shuttle pilot. And there are places to go in the enlisted ranks, too.
I don't know. I'm pretty happy where I am.
You must be a glutton for punishment. Lieutenant Commander Chobak has been known to take decades to warm up to people.
Hey, he likes me.
Here, this is close enough. Stop the engines. Deploying the probe. Westbrook to Commander Chobak. We're ready for another sampling of data.
Very good. Running the simulation again. Warp field collapse in 3, 2, 1. On.
Oh boy. Oh.
There it is again.
I saw it. It seems to be directional.
Well, what about the scans? Anything?
Here's the readings in relation to our local space. We've got the Resolute, Otari Prime, and the probes.
All this interference is overloading the sensor buffers. We're gonna have to triangulate the sensors manually.
Okay. What am I supposed to do? Locate interference peak. Okay. I don't know. What do you mean? Oh, here. Okay. What am I supposed to do? Okay. Oh, I need to scan stuff. Okay. Oh, there's a thing here, I think. No. That's boring. Here we go.
These markers indicate peaks in the gravimetric interference patterns.
Let's see if I can find some more.
They make really, like, they really make you, like, do the lower decks work. Here we go. There's another one here. Okay. Come on. Where are you? Ah, here we go.
Hold up. This is coming from the moon.
A beam that blocks warp travel.
Aimed right at us.
Someone is doing this intentionally.
That's the
I
weapon?
don't know how they're doing it. This is like nothing I've ever seen.
We're under attack and we didn't even know it. We need to stop them. Unplug whatever it is they're hitting us with.
Now, look here. Current readings of the ion storm.
These concentrations. They line up with the interference pattern. The storm and this beam, they're coming from the same place.
Carter, whatever petty local conflict brought us here, it's just a small part of something much bigger.
I say, it's the Romulans. Don't tell me that's not some Romulan bullshit to do that. To be hidden on the moon and, like, have an anti-warp beam or whatever.
Presently, we don't have an explanation for how they're doing this. One thing is clear. This is no fluke.
Thank you, Mr. Westbrook. I want a full briefing when I'm back on board. Solano out. A targeted weapon that inhibits warp travel. Coming from the moon Tau.
That would explain the difficulties my shuttle encountered. More importantly, the tenor of the Hotari during the negotiations.
And here I thought the Illidians would be the problem. Coming to peace talks in a warship. This wasn't supposed to be so complicated.
For all their posturing, every indication is that the Illidians are afraid of the Hotari. They didn't bring their warship as a threat. They brought it because they're scared.
From everything we witnessed, I would say that is highly likely.
But what are they afraid of?
Tylus, the Hotari representative, said she thought they found something in the mines. Galvin and Sidron brought it back to the palace, but they're keeping it under tight security. She's going to investigate it. I gave her my tricorder. I expect she'll contact us soon.
You found an ally.
Why would Tylus help us? Go behind her people's back? It's a fair question, considering.
She's worried that her people are being dragged into something that isn't going to end well for them.
I'm gonna play like 15 minutes more, and then I'm gonna go make dinner also, lunch also, because I'm starving.
She's certainly more likely to help than the other Hotari we've met.
I want to draw a pattern also. I want to try start working on the Romulan costume from Quality of Mercy.
Only to make this hostile maneuver against us. There must be some motivation.
Unless they changed their minds between when they asked and when we got here.
Sidron was very curious when we spoke outside the Queen's chamber. He wanted to know all about us, our ship, the Federation. He wasn't giving any answers. He was looking for them.
Well, I'm sure you didn't tell him too much. I don't think the Illidians know what's really down on that moon either.
Major Armintas said the revolt defied explanation. That the Hotari miners somehow harnessed the energy of the storm.
Harness the energy of the storm?
Doing that is beyond even our capabilities.
So is a weapon that disrupts warp travel.
There have been civilizations and entities, both past and present, far more technologically advanced than the Federation.
The Iconians!
Illidians and Hotari don't fall into that category.
But that is all the more reason to investigate further.
Commander Rydek, sorry to interrupt. We've received an urgent call from Hotari. Queen's advisor, Tylus, has asked...
Let's go.
Put her through.
Galvin and Sidron are still with the Queen. I've enlisted help to gain access to the room they have under guard. I don't have much time.
I'm not supposed to leave my post.
It's only for a moment. I so appreciate your help.
I found something. I'm sending you a scan.
1000% Iconian stuff.
Tylus, if we needed to gain access to the mines on Tau, is that something you could help us with?
I suppose it wouldn't be easy, but I have to go.
Tylus.
Can we reconnect?
Sorry, Captain. We've lost all contact.
We can only hope she escaped without harm.
It was hard to tell.
We have to help her. Send another shuttle.
We're not doing anything yet. Not until we know more. Let's see the scan of whatever the hell that was.
Hey, the captain likes me. Incredible.
Tylus suspects this came from the mines on Tau.
It appears to be of ancient origin, but the markings are unfamiliar.
We can run a full analysis when we get back to the Resolute. But if this came from the mines, then it might be the key to how they got the upper hand against the Illidians.
Then we have to go into the mines.
The Federation would not allow that. We were, after all, sent here to be a neutral party in a peace negotiation. However, we could demonstrate that the Hotari have acted in bad faith, which would enable us to investigate the mines on Tau with full justification. But of course,
Sneaky spot.
Conclusive proof before taking action. Otherwise, it could put us in a difficult position.
What the Federation doesn't know won't hurt them. If I do it right, nobody will know I was there.
Commander, I'm surprised at you.
We may have a better understanding once we analyze the device. But a mission to the mines, covert or otherwise, is not out of the question. And I will handle the Federation.
I will handle the Federation. He's such a badass. Okay, I think that's all for me. I'm gonna stop for today. Thank you for being here. I'll play most probably again tomorrow.